As Lisa mentioned in her introductions, we have two groups that evaluate our grant applications. The Duchenne Family Advisory Committee is led by Lorrie Power, who is mother to Alex, a 14-year-old with Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Lorrie, thank you so much for joining us. You've been the chair for several years now, and you've evaluated a lot of grant applications while simultaneously seeing a lot of major advances in Duchenne research. So I'm curious, what areas of research excites the family committee? Is there an area of research you would like to see more applications? What are your thoughts?
First, yes, thanks for having me tonight, and it's really exciting to be here to kind of represent all of the families across the country. And so I think our group, what we're most excited about is looking at promising research that has a good chance of advancing to clinical trials. And always what's the most exciting is if it's applicable to all ages, stages, and mutations. If we have an application that fits all those criteria, that's always something that's extremely exciting to us. And another area I think that's of great interest right now is kind of branching into clinical care. So Dr. Ward's presentation was a great example of that. Something that can result in changes now to the standards of care. It's great to invest in research that's going to help 5-10 years in the road. That's our ultimate goal, is to kind of have research that's going to result in treatments that will eventually be part of hopefully a cure one day. But research in the clinical setting, like Dr. Ward's example, where we have the opportunity to impact the standards of care now, is vital for all of us who, as families, we watch our sons deteriorating with this brutal disease very, very rapidly. So to have something that's helpful now is super important, combined with the long-term research.
Absolutely, that's great. Thank you for sharing that. You are involved in so many aspects of DDC, which we are so appreciative of. You are also one of our advocacy volunteers, and we're continuing to rapidly expand into our advocacy initiatives in 2025, as you know, because I've bugged you on multiple occasions about it. I'd love to hear, what are the important advocacy topics to you and Canadian families impacted by Duchenne?
Yeah, this is an area that I'm extremely grateful that we are focusing on now. We have a lot of work to do to allow Canadians living with Duchenne to access the treatments that are resulting from clinical trials. But alongside advocating for access to treatments, we're working on making our schools, our healthcare facilities, and our communities more accessible in general, which is incredibly important. And I think now more than ever, it's vital that families from all across the country pull together to fight for access to trials and treatments here at home. As we heard earlier from several different people, including John Davidson, there are treatments in the US, the UK, and other parts of Europe that we can only dream of having access to right now. And it's impossible to kind of overstate how difficult it is to know that there are treatments available that we don't have here in Canada. So I think our number one goal of advocacy is to fight for access to those treatments and set the stage for not just access, but funding for those treatments and any future treatments that will result from all of the wonderful research that we're investing in. So yeah, that's our kind of goal, is to have all of those things come together to just make things better.
Great. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being with us tonight to really bring that full circle and focus on why this research is so important. And thank you for being involved in so many committees for us. We really appreciate your efforts.